Alright mates, we're just about to test out this Craftsman. Very beautiful. Gave it a little bit of paint, replicate that sort of old worn in look. This thing's going to be good, hopefully. It's in awesome condition. We hollowed out the cheeks a little bit. We've got about a 20 degree, I think maybe 19 degree flat grind on the edge. Polished it out, scooped out just a little bit of a hollow in the cheeks, and it's on an EFA 3/4 handle. I can't remember the total length, I'll put it in the description, but somewhere around the 28.5 inch. And we've got a black butt behind us. I'll just clear out, make a bit of room around there, and then we'll give it a swing and see how she goes. Well, that's a good sign. Alright, clear it out a bit. Probably should have a machete for this. And we've got probably about 15 inches here. Should be still fairly green, it's still got the leaves and the crown all attached, so I'm hoping it's going to go alright. It's been a while since I swung an axe too. Might be a little bit drier timber than what I was hoping for, but it's a work axe, I guess. It's not a race axe. It needs to be able to cut anything. That was nice. It's definitely drier than what I was hoping for. Still chipping out. And we're losing paint already. Awesome. Pretty messy cut. Still a bit wet on the inside. Not too bad. Handle stayed tight. As usual, EFA handle perfect. Sweet. Alright, so you see the size of the chips. That's about an inch thick. About 3/4 of an inch. Half inch. This one here is alright. Not bad. Looks like we've got, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, these little lines across here. So we've got a little bit of edge damage. I know that there was a little bit of a chip, not a chip, but a little bit of a rough spot on the blade from the shed. I didn't quite buff it out. Yeah, you can see it there, just under my thumb. So yeah, I'm guessing that's from that. So that's just laziness on my part. But the rest of the edge seems very good. I don't want to put too much pressure on that, that will cut. So far, not too bad. I probably ought to stone that little burr out. I should have known better. But we'll give this thing another couple of goes. It's not a bad tree. Is it probably be getting close to 50 centimeters at the butt there. Camera's not quite picking up perspective. And we've got, not too tall, 25, 28 meters possibly. It's just broken down in a storm. And it's not fruiting at the moment, but we've got some native grape here. Almost get a free feed off that. So yeah, we'll give it a couple more goes, and next chance I get I'll come out and I'll bring some other axes and we'll do a proper test of this. In a pretty new to me logging area through here. I just got a permit for this place a couple of days ago. It's not far from my old area. It's basically, my old area is just over the ridge, but this one's a new one, so we'll see how we go. Alright, we'll give this another couple of swings. Big tree down there in the gully, so I can zoom this in. Down, where are we? Down there. That's probably 1.5 meter tree falling across the gully. And last time I was here, actually, zoom back out. Last time I was here, I'd come into this gully from the top up there, and there was this huge brush box that had fallen clear across the gully and made a bridge. I was so tempted to chop it. I think it was actually Kevin, Kevin's disobedience that kind of talked me out of that. Bloody thing was about 8 meters off the ground. But that's alright. I'll get back there one day. Alright, enough talking. Let's go. I don't even know if I'm recording. Are we recording? Oh yeah. Alright, so we might put one notch in here. We've got a bit of a knot just here, and then I'm thinking I might saw off the butt. We've got about 6 foot or so of pretty decent sized timber, so we might save that. I won't put any notches in there. We'll save that and we'll do some, we might be able to get some handle blanks or something like that out of it. It's blackbutt, so it's good timber. We'll give it a go, and it's fairly straight grain. We've got a bit of a bend just up here, so that's no problem. And we'll do some of those limbs later on. So we'll give it another whack. sapwood's definitely dried. There's a lot of dust coming out of there. Frass, that's called, where you get bugs come in under the bark. They start tunneling all that out. All that stuff they spit out, call it frass. There's a grub in there just then, I just shot him out. Poor little fella. Pretty gluey wood. Open that up. Sounds like a gunshot. This is a 4-pound head. Jeez. Getting good bites. I think it might just be a little bit too thin for chip throwing. It's going to be awesome in smaller timber though, which is, to be honest, more what it's built for. This size timber, you're more getting into 4.5, 5 pound axe territory. Something like the Keech, a 5-pound Craftsman will do pretty good in this. The 4's doing it, but it's not super efficient. Short handle too. Smoother cut. So this pace the tree out. We've got 21 long paces to the first branch, and then we've got about 14 paces till the crown, or till the tip of the crown. So I think, what did I say before, about 28 metres? So it's probably about 34, 35 metres all up. Not a bad tree. So we'll take this thing down to we'll go and do it, knock a few of these limbs off. And where this tree's fallen, it's taken a whole heap of limbs off some of the other trees as well. There's a couple of tallowwoods and some turpentine limbs. And they're well and truly dried out and dead, so we'll test this out against those. If the edge holds up against dead turpentine limbs, it'll have no worries pretty much on anything else. So let's go give that a bit of a go. So we'll knock all these limbs out the way. That's the blackbutt limbs. just up there. And here we got tallowwood falling across and some turpentine limbs just here. These are about 3 inches or so. Well and truly dried out. I had a bit of a test of them before. You can hear the sound of it. So this thing should hold up to that. No worries. And then we've got that big monster up there. We'll go and have a look at that tree later. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's try these limbs out. Bit awkward. Oh, it's just going to bounce. One. I don't even know if you can see that. I think this one's destined for raw footage. Move it around. That was about a 1.5 inch limb. Bloody hardwood. I won't chop this little thing. It's called a rose myrtle. A little native, we'll leave that. Knock this thing out of the way. Debris everywhere. Ooh. This one's about 5 inch limb. And even only at 5 inches, this stuff's not much fun when it's dry. Yep. An awkward work site. He's slipping over everywhere. This is a limb off the blackbutt. Pretty dead, broken off. Let's go straight into the knot. Try not to get spider bit. It's probably about 4 inches around. So we'll go straight into the knot and see how the edge holds up. That's awesome. I think that little nick I was talking about before, I think that was just a little piece of burr that maybe I hadn't stropped out, because that edge is just perfect now. And that's still shaving sharp. I'll show you this cut. Whoa! Oh, lost that one. Right. That's the cut just there. That's smooth as. Awesome. Until you let it drop and it just goes bit first into the ground. And just dodges of kangaroo shit. You can't make this stuff up. Oh. You got shit all over it. Sorry for the language. Nice. We've got one last little test. We'll try it out on some proper, pretty much seasoned wood. This has started the check already. This side's got a bit of rot in it, but that's pretty solid. So we'll see how it holds up to this. We'll just put one notch in it, I don't need this. So we'll just throw a notch in there and we'll check the edge damage. A little bit wobbly. Let me get some chips and we'll prop this up. But alright, that'll do. Whatever. Yeah, it's pretty wobbly. Wouldn't normally use an axe on stuff like this, but not this size anyway. Usually avoid dried wood this size like the plague. We are testing. It's just not fun. And I'd say this would be either blackbutt or spotted gum. Be slow going. One bad thing about using racing style handles, they're really good for throwing a lot of power into a cut, but they're not really ideal for at least in my opinion. Not really ideal for this. Like if you're harvesting big firewood, just heaps of bloody dead firewood, get yourself something long and whippy, a smaller head, maybe 3.5 pound, with a very thin bit, and you can just chip away at it. But this is pretty horrible. And it's straight grain too. And it's still horrible. Right, we're getting about, we're barely even making it past the grind line. How big's that shit? But clean cuts though, no edge damage. Still a little bit, there's a little bit of moisture in that, but it's way drier than ideal for an axe. So look at that, getting about 1 centimetre deep. But it held up. That's the important thing. Handle's still tight, no edge damage. Beautiful. Alright, looks like that's us for the day. It's just starting to sprinkle now, gonna get a bit of rain. Seems to be a bit of a pattern. Every time I come out it starts raining on me. But that's alright, we'll be back. I wouldn't mind going down and checking out that gully a bit later on. Don't know if you can see it. Where are we? I might have showed you before. But that, there. That could be worth having a look at. There's some big timber. Yeah, we might call it a day at that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. You do gotta love the sound of rain in the bush, but very beautiful. Awesome.